share some wisdom with one of my brothers. You understand? Because he was going through a little situation, so just got off the phone with him. And I feel like I should share some of it with y'all. So when you change your finances through the application of financial budgeting, you're gonna move different. And people who you used to deal with are gonna go through phases, their own phases of depiction of how they view you and your new actions. You understand? So I wanted my brother to avoid some pitfalls and got the game from my mother. She the one put me up on it, right? When I was going through it back when I was like 15, 16, you know what I mean? When I started understanding what envy was, you know, not envy was. When I started seeing what envy looked like, you understand? When I started knowing what jealousy was and being able to see the characteristics and displayment of it, you know what I mean? And then when I start seeing hate, but I would never really see hate, I would always hear the hate. And so one day I was busting it up with my mom, and anytime I would, you know, make it in town, she used to make me my corned beef hash, and I go get the great. Her drink was at the time it was Bumpy Face, vodka, and Smirnoff. I couldn't really fuck with the Seagram, so I would grab some Grey Goose and orange juice, and you know, so when I finally had time, you know what I mean, come in town, we have our little meeting or whatever, and so she broke it down to me. I'm sitting there, I'm eating, and we talking, and she was like, listen, envy, she was like, first of all, you create your problems. Let me start there. I'm like, what? Never forget this shit. She like, no, you create all your problems. Your friends gonna always create their problems, and everybody around them is gonna create their problems. I'm like, yo, alright. She like, look, jealousy's gonna always be in the passenger seat. Envy gonna always be in the back seat. She's like, hate gonna always be in your rearview mirror. I'm like, what you mean? She said, most people gonna always want to run something, and when they start getting money, they want to put people on, and they gonna have people riding with them. And she like, well, the person in the passenger seat is eventually gonna get jealous because he want to be the driver, because he feel like he know how to drive it better than you. And the person in the back seat gonna get envious of the person in the passenger seat because he feel like he should have been in the passenger seat. And hate gonna always be in the rearview mirror because that's just the people talking who mad that they couldn't be in the car. I'm like, damn, I'm alright, I get that. I said, so what the fuck do you do? She like, you could be a dummy or a rookie in the game. I'm like, what that mean? She like, you be riding, and next thing you know, somebody put a bullet in the back of your head. She said, because you didn't know how to get out the car. I said, so how I avoid the bullet to the back of the brain? She said, simple. She said, everybody want to sell drugs. She said, do I preach you selling drugs? I'm like, hell no. She said, so this is what you do. finance a drug dealer. What the fuck you mean? She like, one thing, he's selling drugs because he need money. A nigga buying drugs from him because he probably want to get put on and he need money. She said, you want to put people on like your friends, right? Like the jealous person in the passenger seat and the envious person in the back seat. I said, yeah. She said, so you find a drug dealer, you give him like, hey, I'm gonna give you $10,000 in cash, but you gotta get, put them on. She said, he wanted to be a drug dealer. You just added the tax. He said, then you get your ass out the car fast. So that way, jealousy can now be the driver, envy can now be the passenger, and you let hate in the back seat, and you make sure they got the bag in the trunk. I said, damn, mama, what the that's some cold ass shit, but I understand exactly what the fuck you mean. A lot of y'all don't know how to get out the car. When they say you get your money, then it's time to fall back. That's what they mean. Why? Because if you don't, catch a bullet to the back of the head. And who wants a bullet to the back of the head? But a lot of y'all don't realize your own mission. She also told me a lot more to that story, but that's for me. So at the end of the day, normally y'all, everybody who know me know I by my motherfucking self. Why? Because I ain't jealous of me, I don't hate on me, and I ain't envious of me. And if I'm only associated with me and women and nigga, the kids and my nieces and nephews and family members and Shush family and some of my other extended families and different groups I'm in and real estate and Black Swans and fucking a lot of other shit I'm in. You get bored with life. I mean, look, when you put your finances right and you get the fuck out the car and you finance, and they say financing drug dealers is illegal. I don't finance drug dealers. I was just telling y'all an old story about how my mama said to deal with, that type of shit. But, and you do that, if you understand the application of what she said, it works on every business. Why? Because if you a mover and shaker, you're going to catch all of those people in every fucking group in America. You know what I mean? Shit, you can find rats in the field if you go get a house in the middle of the country. You're going to find fucking rats in a city. You're going to find them on a street corner. So you're going to see snakes everywhere because they like rats. So I don't run around trying to find out who the fuck the rat and snake and all of that shit in my group. When I find out there's a snake in my group, I put that nigga in the aquarium. Why? He gonna stay on the level that he's in. Why? He's the new aquarium. See, I get to watch him and and when I find a rat in the group, I get to throw him in the tank with the aquarium, and then I'm gonna make sure the rat get a bigger bag than the snake. So the snake really want to eat him and get full. So, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna turn my business into finding rats and snake hunting. That sounds like nigga retarded. Unless I'm about to get paid shooting videos about rats and snakes, but I'm not into rats and snakes, so But my kids, I done had a lot of my kids. They all literally done had snakes and own snakes, and they put them in aquariums. And I always teach them the method of literally you put that nigga, that snake in your group in the, this world called aquarium, and the game he's now in, because what he don't know, and we find out he's the rat. You put the rat in there with the snake and make sure a rat get a bigger bag than the snake, and so the snake gonna eat him. And why? And the snake is still, in the aquarium, so you get to watch all of it unfold like from 3 states away, because that's where you gonna go and hang out. Why? So the rat can eat the snake, and you just get to hear about it and watch it in the aquarium glass. But like I said, you can play your life on however y'all want to play, because at the end of the day, they got a prison cell, and if they say life, you would be like El Chapo, thinking they joking. They was not joking. I don't know El Chapo. I have no clue, but I just watched the documentary, and clearly they let him play himself right to prison. They could have let him do the the Pablo Escobar and let him build his own tomb, and then, self-sacrificed him on mass media to tell everybody, quit playing with the United States of America Corporation. I mean, But shh.